Hello, this is Abun here. Today we are going to talk about follow-through and whether it affects the amount of spin you get. My personal opinion is follow-through does not matter. Follow-through is really a symptom, not a cause. It's the speed where the tip hits the cue ball that generates the spin. So the effect of the squeeze comes in here, and what you're really trying to do is to get that extra speed here. Everything in striking the cue ball is really speed and mass. So when you do the snap or the squeeze down here, that is the mass from your hand as well as the speed from the finger squeeze. So there are two distinct things that come in when it comes to squeezing the cue. The first thing is that you're not going to get a lot of follow through. So let's say if you're going to do the squeeze, the power comes from the hand. And notice that the follow through is not sufficient. So let's say that's power 5, and if somebody asks me to generate more power, I hit it harder. And harder. So my follow through was about maybe 2 or 3 inches. It's a result of me squeezing the butt after I deliver my shot. The other way to strike the cue ball is by the way of delivery, which is to send the cue in a straight line as fast as I can with a very loose grip. At the start, the amount of tension on my hand in gripping the cue should be as light as possible, and it only marginally increase on delivery. So let's say I start off with a 3 out of 10 tension on my right arm, and after delivering the cue, it's marginally increased, and you can see that I have a big amount of follow through. But the key thing is, after I deliver the cue, somebody is able to pull the cue out of my hand. That's the amount of tension that you should have when you are delivering the cue. The whole idea is to generate speed and trust that the weight of the cue is enough to deliver the power that you want. So with both techniques, you are able to get the white ball to draw back all the way. It doesn't really matter how much follow through you have. If you are able to hit the cue ball, strike the cue ball with the tip at a very fast speed, it really doesn't matter how much follow through you have. The reason why squeezing is much less preferred over delivery is this. When you are squeezing, the power or the speed came from your fingers and most importantly, your wrist. So when you squeeze, right, there's a good tendency for your wrist to roll. So instead of hitting dead in the center, you could roll to the left and hit on the right, or you could roll outwards and hit to the left. Now that will result in you missing the shot altogether. So my personal opinion is, as long as you are comfortable doing the delivery, which could take weeks for you to adjust, it's a much better way to strike the cue ball because it's more efficient. Before I end this segment, I felt like there's a need to address the last thing, and it's called a flick. Now, this is squeezing. Now, flick is almost like trying to toss the cue out of your hand. Use your wrist action to flick it outwards. Now, this wrist flick is what I will call an afterburner effect. It's something that you should not use unless you absolutely require the power. So a more in-depth discussion on the flick. The movement of the flick going forward should be supplemented by the movement of your forearm, meaning the momentum of your forearm going forward should assist you in doing the flick. If you are going to just flick it alone with no momentum, there's a good chance you are going to hit the cue ball sideways. Having the forearm going straight, the momentum will carry towards the flick and will help you to deliver the cue ball straight. That flick gives you that extra speed and as a result give you more spin. So as you can see, the end position of my hand is somewhere here, which means that I've done the flick. And if you are doing the flick right, usually the amount of pressure that you have here is very, very little. That allows you to get the cue right through your fingers. Something like that. Thank you for watching. I hope this demonstration will convince you that the follow-through is not the reason for the lack of backspin. It's actually how you hit the ball and how fast you hit the ball. If you hit the ball fast, it doesn't really matter how you strike it. Whether you're squeezing the cue or whether you're delivering it, as long as you are able to sufficiently put enough speed, the spin will come in. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.